Hi friends, I am Uday Kandpal and I welcome you all to yet another lecture on NCERT Class 6 History Chapter 3 with fact elaboration. The name of the chapter is In the Earliest Cities. So today we will talk about Harappan civilization. The earliest cities of India, Harappan civilization or the Indus Valley civilization is called the oldest developed civilizations of India. It had rectangular walls, citadels, granaries, storage and advanced cities. So it was a developed city. Harappan cities were developed cities according to the standards of that time. The story of Harappa. The first modern accounts of the ruins of the Indus Valley civilizations are those of Charles Mason, a deserter from the East India Company army. In 1829, Mason traveled through the princely state of Punjab, gathered useful intelligence for the company in return for a promise of clemency. An aspect of arrangement was the additional requirement to hand over the company any historical artifacts acquired during his travels. So Mason was the first person. Charles Mason was his name, and he was a deserter from the East India Company's army. Mason's major archaeological discovery in the Punjab was Harappa, a metropolis of the Indus Valley civilization in the valley of the Indus tributary, the Ravi River. So it was found in the Harappa. Punjab was there in India as well as Pakistan, so it was combined. So it was called Punjab state, and the Ravi River. Around the Ravi River, there was a city called Harappa. Mason made copious notes and illustrations of the Harappa's rich historical artifacts, many lying half buried. Harappa was raided even more perilously for its brick after the British annexation of the Punjab in 1848 and 49. So the British annexed the Punjab in 1848 and 49. This is the point to be noted. And then they were laying down the track lines, so they used the bricks that were from the Harappan times. So Harappan time bricks were so strong that they were even used for the railway lines in Punjab that was present in Pakistan, current day Pakistan. A considerable number were carted away as track ballast for the railway lines being laid in the Punjab. Nearly 160 kilometers, 100 miles of railway track between Multan and Lahore laid in the mid 1850s was supported by Harappan bricks. So as I said, Harappan bricks were strong. Archaeological work in Harappa thereafter flagged until a new Viceroy of India, Lord Curzon, pushed through the Ancient Monuments Preservation Act 1904 and appointed John Marshall to lead the Archaeological Survey of India, the ASI. Although its original goal of demonstrating Harappa to be a Buddhist city, mentioned in the 7th century CE, travels of the Chinese visitor Xuanzang proved elusive. Cunningham did publish his findings in 1875 for the first time. He interpreted a Harappan stamp seal with its unknown script, which he concluded to be origin foreign to India. So initially it was being stated as a Buddhist city, but later it was found that it was not a Buddhist city, but a language foreign to India. Several years later, Hiranand Shastri, who had been assigned by Marshall to survey Harappa, reported it to be a non-Buddhist origin, an implication more ancient. Expropriating Harappa for the ASI under the Act, Marshall directed ASI archaeologist Dayaram Sani to excavate the site's two mounds. So two mounds were being excavated by Dayaram Sani on the command of John Marshall. So Harappan timeline. So first date 7000 to 5500 BCE. It was main phase pre-Harappan. Mehergarh phases were Mehergarh 1 and Bhirana, and a karmic Neolithic phase. It was a Neolithic phase. Harappan phase, post-Harappan phase, era. It was early food producing era. 5500 to 3300 BC. It was pre-Harappan or early Harappan. Mehergarh 2 to 6. It was found that it was ceramic Neolithic. Then 3300 to 2800 it was early Harappan. 3300 2800 BC Mughal as by Mughal, and 5000 to 2800 BC as reported by Kenoyer. So it Harappan phase 1, the Ravi phase, Hakraware, and 2800 to 2600 BCE again Mehergarh 6 phase, Harappan 2, Kot Diji phase, Nosharo. So era was the regionalization era, 4000 to 2500 to 2300 BC according to Schaffer, and 5000 to 3200 BC according to Cunningham and Young. So all the data here available is from the source Wikipedia, as you can see. So 2600 to 2450 BCE and 2450 to 2200 BC, and 2200 to 1900 BC it was mature Harappan period. So early it was pre-Harappan, then it was pre-Harappan and early Harappan, then it was early Harappan, then it was mature Harappan. So mature Harappan, Harappan 3A, Harappan 3B, Harappan 3C. There were three phases, and it was integration era. So the pre-Harappan era was early food producing era. Then the early Harappan and the pre-Harappan, the middle phase was a regionalization era, and then the mature Harappan period was an integration era. This is the gist. Then 1900 to 1700 BC and 1700 to 1300 BC it was a late Harappan period, and there are two phases: Harappan 4, Harappan 5. Post Harappan phases, symmetry, oxide colored pottery was found, and this was localization era. Then 1300 to 600 BC and 600 to 300 BC it was post Harappan Iron Age in India. In 1300 to 600 BCE painted graveware, and then Vedic period from 1500 to 500 BCE. Then it was a regionalization phase according to Kayner, and 1500 to 600 BC Cunningham and Young, and then 600 to 300 BC it was northern black polished ware age, and it was an integration phase. So the pre-Harappan phase was early food producing era, then the early Harappan phase was regionalization era, then the mature Harappan phase was an integration era, then the late Harappan was a localization era, and post Harappan was regionalization era as well as the integration era. Now, what's so special in Harappa? Why are we talking about Harappa? Many of the cities were designed into two or more parts. Usually, the west was smaller but higher. Archaeologists describe this as citadel. So, the western smaller part that was higher was called a citadel. Generally, there were two kind of parts. One was the western part, which was smaller, and one was the bigger part, the righter one. So there was a different city. The group of people were divided into two: the royal people and the normal people. The privileged people lived in the upper parts of the city, and the unprivileged lived in the lower part of the city along the river. Walls of baked brick were built around the part. These bricks were so well built that they have lasted for thousands of years. Bricks were made in interlocking pattern that made the wall so strong. In some cities, special buildings were constructed on citadel. For example, Mohenjo-daro had a special tank which archaeologists call the Great Bath. So Great Bath was found in Mohenjo-daro. Great Bath was lined with bricks coated with plaster and made watertight with a layer of natural tar. So they used water plaster and made it watertight and used natural tar. Water was probably brought from well. Other cities like Kalibanga and Lothal had fire altars where sacrifices may have been performed. Some cities like Mohenjo-daro, Harappa and Lothal had elaborate storehouses. So a lot of things were there which made Harappa a very developed city according to the standards of that time. So the geographical extent of Harappa is: western boundary was at Sutkanjandor on the Makran coast of Pakistan. Eastern boundary was at Alamgir in Uttar Pradesh. Southern boundary was Daimabad in Maharashtra, and northern boundary was Mand Akhnur in Jammu and Kashmir. So it stretches from Jammu and Kashmir to Maharashtra and Pakistan to Uttar Pradesh. So major features in the Harappan civilizations were granaries. The granary was the largest structure in the Mohenjo-daro, and in Harappa there were about 6 granaries or storehouses. They were used for storing grain. The Great Bath, this was another important structure in Mohenjo-daro. The floor and the bath had 5 layers. It was so watertight that even today it holds water. There were changing rooms. People probably used it during the festivals and religious ceremonies. Town hall, a palace-like building that looked like an assembly hall for the city government or for people. Lower town, this was a residential area where the common people lived. Streets, the roads and streets were intersected at right angles with the covered drains along the road. Houses were built on either sides of the roads and streets. Drainage system, the drainage system of the Harappan cities were best known to the world in the ancient times. The brickwork prevented the dirty water from leaking. The wooden screen stopped the solid waste from being washed away with water. Drains were built on either side of the roads. They were covered with stones which could be removed in order to clean them. The houses varied in size. Some might have had 2 stories. The houses were made of burnt bricks. Most of the houses had a central courtyard, a well bathing area, and a kitchen. So a lot of things have been found, like the granaries, the Great Bath, the town hall, the lower town, the streets, the drainage system, and the houses. These are the major features in the Harappan civilization. Now we will talk about the city-wise Harappan civilization. One, Alamgirpur is in Meerut district, Uttar Pradesh, India, and there were impressions of cloth on trough. Then it was Amri in Sindh, Dadu district in the Sindh province, and which is now in Pakistan. So the remains of rhinoceros were found in Amri, Sindh. Babar Coil, Saurashtra, Gujarat, India, a stone fortification wall, plant remains of millets and gram. Balu, Haryana, Kathal, Haryana, India, earliest evidence of garlic. Several plants remains were found in here, including barley, wheat, rice, horse gram, green gram, various types of pea, sesamum, melon, watermelon, grapes, dates, garlic, etc., which is comparable to nearby 4C site. Haryana revealed the remains of rice, probably wild, but we know that rice was not known to all the people of Harappan civilization because rice was not exactly uh, cultivated in that area. Then Banwali, Fatehabad district, Haryana, India, barley terracotta figure of plow. Then Bargaon, Saharanpur district, Uttar Pradesh, India is another uh, site of the Harappan civilization. Then Barod of Sri Ganganagar district, Rajasthan, India. Human skeleton ornaments 5 meter long and 3 meter clay oven. A pitcher filled with 8,000 pearls. So it was a big deal at that time. Bet Dwarka, Devbhumi Dwarka district, Gujarat, India. Late Harappan seal inscribed jar, the mold of coppersmith and a copper fishhook. So a lot of copper out there in the Harappan time period. Bhagat Rao, Bharuch district, Gujarat, India. Then Bhirana, Fatehabad district, Haryana, India. Graffiti of a dancing girl on pottery which resembles a dancing girl statue found at Mohenjo-daro. So a dancing girl statue was found at Mohenjo-daro. Chanhudaro, Nawab Shah district, Sindh province, Pakistan. A bead making factory, use of lipstick, all only in the site without a citadel. So the people used, the ladies out there in the Harappan civilization might have used lipsticks. So lipsticks were also found. It is not probably at that time lipsticks might have been or might have not been used, but lipsticks were found, so we can assume that they might have been there. Then Daimabad, late Harappan, Ahmednagar district, Maharashtra, India. A sculpture of a bronze chariot, 45 centimeter long and 16 centimeter wide, yoked to two oxen driven by a man 16 centimeter high, standing in it, and three other bronze sculptures are on most 4C side. So Daimabad is for chariot. Desalpur in Naktran Taluka, Kutch district, Gujarat, India. Massive stone fortification, Harappan pottery, three script bearing seals, one of steatite, one of copper, and one of terracotta. So terracotta seals and steatite and copper. Dholavira. Dholavira is popular city of Harappan civilization, Kutch district, Gujarat, India. Figure of chariot tied to a pair of bullocks and driven by a nude human. Water harvesting and number of reservoirs. Use of rocks for construction. Farman, Rohtak district, Haryana, India. Large burial sites of 4C with 65 burials found in India. Gan Ganveriwala, Punjab, Pakistan. Equidistant from both Harappa and Mohenjo-daro, it is a near dry bed from the former Ghagra river. It is a site almost same as size of Mohenjo-daro. It may have been the third major center in the 4C as it is near copper-rich mines in Rajasthan. Kola Dhoro, Kutch district, Gujarat, India. Production of shell bangles, semi-precious beads, etc. Harappa, Sahiwal district, Punjab, Pakistan, across the Ravi river. Granaries, coffin, burial, lot of artifacts. Important Indus Valley civilization town, the first town which is excavated and studied in detail. So Harappa was studied in detail. You might have also heard about Mohenjo-daro. There was a film on Mohenjo-daro. Hisar Mound inside Firoz Shah Palace, Hisar district, Haryana, India. For it was an unexcavated site. Hulas in the Saharanpur district, Uttar Pradesh, India. Junikaran in the Kutch district, Gujarat, India. Fortified citadel, lower town, public gathering area. Jogna Kheda, Kurukshetra, Haryana, India. Copper smelting furnaces with copper slag and pot shards. Kaj and Giri Somnath district, Gujarat, India. Ceramic artifacts including bowls and ancient pots. So Gujarat had ceramic bowls and bullock carts, etc., etc. Kanjeta, Giri Somnath district, Gujarat, India. Single face Harappan site. Kali Bangan, Hanuman Garh district, Rajasthan, India. Baked burnt bangles, fire altars, Shiva Lingam, small circular pits containing large urns and accompanied by pottery bones of camel. So we know Kali Bangan is named after a goddess Kali, and Banga means bungalow, and Kali means the goddess Kali. So Kali Banga might have been the residential place for God Kali or someone who worshipped God Kali, goddess Kali. Karanpura near the Bhadra city, Hanumangarh district, Rajasthan, India. Skeleton of a child, terracotta-like pottery, bangles, seals similar to the other Harappan sites. Khirasar, Kutch district, Gujarat, India. Warehouse, industrial area, gold, copper, semi-precious stone, shell objects and weight hoards. Kerala no Dhoro or Padri, Saurashtra, Gujarat, India. Salt production center by evaporating seawater. Kotbala or Subala Kot, Lasbela district, Balochistan, Pakistan. Earliest evidences of furnace, seaport. Kot Diji is popular. Khairpur district, Sindh, Pakistan. Kunal, Haryana. Fatehabad district, Haryana, India. Earliest pre-Harappan site, copper smelting. Kuntasi, Rajkot district, Gujarat, India, for a small port. Lakhanjo Daro, Sukkur district, Sindh, Pakistan, major unexcavated site greater than 300 hectares. Larkana district, Sindh, Pakistan. Loteshwar, Patan district, Gujarat, India, ancient archaeological site. Lothal is another important place in the Ahmedabad district, Gujarat, India. Bead making factory, dockyard, button seal, fire altars, painted jar, earlier cultivation of rice. Manda, Jammu in Jammu district, Jammu and Kashmir, India, northernmost Harappan site in the Himalayan foothills. Malwan, Surat district, Gujarat, India, southernmost Harappan site in India. Mandi, Muzaffarnagar district, Uttar Pradesh, India was another site. Mehergarh is a popular place in the Harappan civilization. It is in the Kachi district, Balochistan, Pakistan. Earliest agriculture community. So earliest agriculture community is Mehergarh. Mitathal, Bhavani district, Haryana, India. Mohenjo-daro is a very popular site. Larkana district, Sindh, Pakistan. Great Bath, the biggest bath ghat, cannery, bronze dancing girl, bearded man, terracotta boys, bull seal, Pashupati seal, three cylindrical seals of the Mesopotamian type of a piece of woven cloth. Mundiga, Kandahar province, Kandahar, Afghanistan. Navinal, Kutch district, Gujarat, India. Nausharo near Dhadar, Kachi district, Balochistan, Pakistan. Ongar, Hyderabad, Sindh, Pakistan. Pabumat, Kutch district, Gujarat, India. A large building complex, unicorn seal, shell bangles, beads, copper bangles, needles, antimony rods, titite, micro beads, pottery included large and medium-sized jars, breaker dishes, dish on stand, perforated jars, etc. A fine red pottery with black painted designs, etc. So Pabumat was also having a lot of stuffs. Pir Shah Zurio in Karachi, Sindh, Pakistan, and Perak in CB, Balochistan, Pakistan. Rakhi Gari, Hisar district, Haryana, India. Terracotta wheels, toys, figurines, pottery, large site, partially excavated. So it is clear that Harappan civilization might be a dwelling place of people who worship Lord Shiva or the mother goddess or the goddess Kali during that time. As a lot of seals for Lord Shiva Pashupati had been found. Then Rangpur, Ahmedabad district, Gujarat, India is for seaport. Rahman Dheri, Rera Ismail Khan, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa in Pakistan. Rojdi in Rajkot district, Gujarat in India. Ropar in Rupnagar district, Punjab, India. Sonauli in Bagpat district, Uttar Pradesh, India is for burial site with 125 burials found. Sheri Khan Tarakai, Bannu district, Khyber Pakhtunkhwa, Pakistan, pottery and lithic artifact. Shikarpur, Gujarat, Kutch district, Gujarat, India, food habit relics of the Harappans. Shortugai is in Takar province, Afghanistan. Seaswal, Hisar, Haryana, India. Sokta Ko, Makran in Balochistan, Pakistan for pottery. Soti near Barod, Baghpat district, Uttar Pradesh, India. Surkotada, Kutch district, Gujarat, India. Bones of a horse. Only site which has bones of a horse. So it is said that a horse might not have been known to the Harappans because only site Surkotada is the only site where horse bones are found. Sutka, Indore, Makran, Balochistan, Pakistan. Bangles of clay, westernmost known site of Orsi. Vijalak, Botar district, Gujarat, India for pottery. Kotada, Badli, Kutch district, Gujarat, India. Fortification, bastion, few houses, foundations. Allah Dino, Karachi district, Sindh, Pakistan. Floor tiles of a house that have been discovered at this site. Nageshwar, Kutch district, Gujarat, India. Shell working site. Patani Dam, Makran, Balochistan, Pakistan at 100 hectares. This has the potential to another city. Chapuwala, Cholistan, Punjab, Pakistan has an excavated 9.6 hectares of land. So we have talked about 69 locations, of which 10 to 15 are of importance according to the courses that or the government exams. Life in Harappa. Harappa city was a busy place. They were properly planned. There were men, women, craftspersons, many terracotta toys for children have been found. Archaeologists have found spindle wheels made of terracotta and faience. Harappans also made seals out of stone. They also made pots with beautiful black designs. Cotton was grown in Mehergarh in 7,000 years ago. Foreign trade. The Harappan people used to trade with foreign lands traveling through seas. The seaports found in the Harappan civilization state that they were not bound to their own territories. They had traded with Iran and Afghanistan for minerals, while lead and copper were exported from India. It was found that they also imported jade from China and cedar wood, which were all traded through the rivers such as Satluj, Ravi, and Indus. Other trade goods included terracotta pots, gold, silver, metal beads, flints for making tools, seashell, pearls, and colored gemstones such as lapis lazuli and turquoise. There was extensive maritime trade network operating between the Harappan civilization and the Mesopotamian civilization. The metals at Harappa, several metallurgical innovations like the intricate Sire Purdue or the lost wax technique, true saw and the eye needle go to the credit of the metalsmiths of that period. Exclusive objects like copper, gold, silver came to be used. For special effects, minor metals like tin, arsenic, lead, antimony, etc. came to be used for alloying. Although about 70% of the copper objects of the Harappan period are unalloyed, a judicious alloying pattern was as per requirement may be discerned in the metal repertoire. Arsenic was found to be present in several statues, probably with a specific reason. The sharp edged cutting tools like razors, knives, and daggers, arrowheads, spearheads, drills, etc., show a distinct alloying pattern with alloying often up to 12 to 13%. Gold, copper, silver, bronze metals are known to the Indus Valley civilization, but not iron. Iron was not so popular or not known to the Indus Valley civilization as per as the artifacts or the excavations have shown. Crops at Harappa, the Harappans grew lentils and other pulses, peas, chickpeas, green gram, black gram. The main staples were wheat and barley, which were presumably made into beads and perhaps also cooked with water as gruel or pottage. The Indus Valley Civilization porridge. The Indus Valley Civilization grew wheat and barley as a staple food. Besides this, they also grew peas, sesame, lentils, and other pulses. In some places, particularly Gujarat, they also grew millets. It has not been proved that if they consumed rice or not. So, though they fed wild rice to their cattle, rice has not become an important crop until the post-Harappan phase. So Harappan did not consume rice. They might have used wild rice, but not the rice which we know today. Fruit were also included in the diet, notably melon, pomegranate, coconut fruit, and banana. The people of the valley were habituated in creating ornaments in the shape of various fruits which are found during the excavation. Dates, grape, and melon were also used by farmers. The people of the Indus Valley civilizations were all not all vegetarians. Meat formed an important part of their diet. Included in the list are chicken, mutton, beef, pork, fresh local fishes, and dried fishes from the sea coast. Buffaloes, sheep, goats, and cows were reared for milk too. Along with that, they also hunted deer, antelopes, and wild boars. Animals played a major role in the Indus agriculture. So we are talking about animals at Harappa. The main domestic animals were cattle, but sheep, goats, and other animals were also kept. Their relative importance relating to the local environmental condition and no doubt to other factors. Raising livestock was an important investment against crop failure. In good years, the crop yields were high, grazing were also good, and the number of animals were kept to increase. Surplus agriculture produce would be available as fodder if the grazing ran out. Horse was not known, or probably horse was not being discovered according to the artifact, so horse was not known to the people of Indus Valley civilization or the Harappan civilization. So important features of Harappa: copper, Gujarat; gold, Afghanistan; tin, Rajasthan; precious stones, Karnataka. So hope you liked my presentation lecture on the third chapter in the earliest cities. Hope you understood it. Hope you learned a lot from it for your competitive exams. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye bye.